4:45 in the morning. About to head into the office. Love getting up this early before anyone else. I feel accomplished, you know. It's 4:45 in the morning, 4:48 actually. So let's go. I'll take you guys with me to a day in the life building one of Australia's fastest growing fashion labels. Let's get it. Not sure how well you guys can see, but I literally live in the bush. So it takes me a good hour to get to the office these days, but it's all right because it gives me an hour to myself to really plan out the week. Obviously it's a Monday morning here, currently 5 o'clock in the morning, heading into the office. And to be honest, this is my favorite time of the day. When everyone's asleep, the world's quiet, it gives me time to just reflect on what we want to achieve and how we're going to get there this week. Lots of things happening this week and I'll take you guys through it. I'm excited to give you guys a bit of a behind the scenes look into what goes on as we build up Sasha Therese to the brand it is today and where it's going. You know, one thing that's become really important to me throughout my professional career and my business journey is really coming up with a routine that works for me. And part of that is waking up early and just grounding myself before the day. That's what I love about getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning because everyone's offline, the team are asleep, you know, most of the world's asleep. And I find that when I'm plugged into the day-to-day stuff in the business, it's harder for me to take a step back and really plan for the future and think, how am I going to grow this thing from a top line level? And it's a lot easier for me to do that in the mornings. And you know, like I said, it takes me an hour and a half to get to work in the morning, so I really have that time just to sort of meditate, reflect, and think about things from a top line level when I'm not stuck in the day to day, right? So we have a massive week this week, so I'm going to try and bring you guys along on what we do on a weekly basis and what goes on in building up a fashion label. And we've got some really exciting things coming, so I can't wait to share it with you guys and take you on this journey with us. Because I have such a busy life at the moment with, you know, all my client work as well as the business and family life, I actually break up my day into 2 days. So my first day starts at 4:30 until 12 p.m. and then 12 p.m. till about 6 p.m. And then after 6 p.m. it's family time. So I have a 7-month-old baby and, you know, sometimes it can be hard to balance work-life balance, especially when you're an entrepreneur and your work can become addictive. So I like to split up my day. So in the morning I do my client work before the team gets into the office. Then from about 8 o'clock in the morning, I work on the business, growing the brand. And then, like I said, when I get home, it's family time. And it's really important to do that and have switch off, especially when you get home from work and not be on your phone the whole night. You know, like in 10 years, I've never experienced burnout. And it's because I've always managed to be able to switch off my mind. It's so important. Like our mind is like a muscle, right? And you work it out, but you also need to let it rest. And it's so important to be present, especially with your family after work, right? Like I honestly jump out of bed in the morning, even if it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I get up at 3:30. And I'm a big believer in if you're not waking up excited for the day, then you're doing the wrong thing in life. And it's time to mix it up because life's too short. You need to do stuff that you enjoy. For me, building brands online is something that I've enjoyed doing since I was 16 years old. So we're about halfway to the office now and I literally cannot wait to get in there because it's Monday. It's a brand new start to the week. Got boxing this morning with a couple of mates of mine and then we'll jump straight into it. So I've just arrived at the office now, 6 in the morning. First thing I'm doing is getting the coffee, because I can't think straight without coffee. And then I'm going to run you guys through basically how I review my ads. That's the first thing I do on Monday morning. Review the ad account, show you guys what I look for, and also how not to be over emotional when you're looking at your ad account so you don't make stupid mistakes. Turning ads on, off, scaling up and down too quickly, we've all been there, let's be honest. All right, so I just got in the office now, so this is our little setup at the moment. All the team. We've got our studio room now. I'll show you guys that later on. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just have a look at the ad results over the last 7 days. See where there might be some opportunity. And I'll just explain to you guys how I actually analyse the ad account. Another thing is, guys, like honestly, I really can't stress this enough. And I think this is what a lot of people, where they go wrong, is that they spend so much time, and if you relate to this, then hear me on this, okay? Stop spending so much time worrying about your account structure. Account structure is important for efficiency, sure. But what it comes down to is your creative output. Okay, so in 2025, it's about creative volume, okay, and it's about customer research, understanding your customer and producing content that you know is going to resonate with them. You can have the best ad account structure in the world, but if your ads are shit, your performance is going to be bad. It doesn't matter how well you try to restructure your account using bid cap, cost cap, moving with post IDs into a scaling campaign, blah, 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 blah. None of it matters if you don't have good ads, okay? So what we do, especially at Sasha Therese, is we focus heavily on our content. So every week we do 2 UGC shoots with different models and influencers, friends of the brand, and our content library is insane. And I'm uploading at least 10 ads a day into the ad account. And you know, we're finding probably 2 to 3 winners out of that 10, okay? And that's how we're scaling. We're scaling with content. So in 2025, have in your mind, it's about creative output and diversity. Images, carousel ads, customer testimonial ads, review ads, drop people on different landing pages. You got to be aggressive and test. The biggest skill you can have in e-com is being aggressive, right? You need to be quick to market and fast. That's how you're going to scale. It's funny, I never had to wear glasses, but the last 10 years of being on a screen has absolutely cooked my eyes. Anyway, so the first thing I do, as I said, is I log into the ad account. Now, guys, let me show you something. See this? Always set this to 7 days, okay? Set it to 7 days, okay? If your attribution window is 7 days, then why are you looking at 1 day results? Okay, so the first thing is, so many people are over emotional with their ad buying, okay? Because they're spending their own money, I get it, right? You're scaling up and down, you're looking at 1 day results, 2 day results and freaking out. Now, there's been so many circumstances where I've launched an ad on a specific day and the end of day metrics look terrible, right? And then the next day, it's the best performing ad in the account. So the first thing is set your time zone, so your date zone to 7 days. It's going to help you make less emotional decisions, especially if your attribution window is 7 days. So what I do is I basically set the amount spent to be descending. And as you can see, these are all the different ads that we have running, right? So, you know, at the moment we're launching around 10 creatives per day. Like I spoke about in another video, we're running a big cut strategy where basically we're uploading, you know, around 10 ads a day. We run a CBO, 1 CBO per country, and then we upload 1 ad per ad set. Now this works particularly well for us because we have a lot of SKUs, right? And the one thing that I noticed is when you're running a CBO campaign, how I used to run it is I'd run lowest cost, okay? And then I would upload 3 ad sets per week. Within each ad set, I'd have 3 to 5 ads. Usually those ads were grouped by angle or product. But what we were finding is that a lot of the spend was being pushed just to 1 or 2 ads, and we didn't want that. So the way in which we're doing it now is a lot more hands-on. We're finding that we can get better scale out of it, but not only that, a lot of different ads are spending equally, right? Which is really what we want. And that's how we're really driving up our sales. So I'll show you what our metrics are looking like actually over the last period. So you can see on Meta, we've spent about 167,000. Google, we're spending about 10K, and TikTok 20,000, and the ROAS. So we're sitting about a 4.22. Now keep in mind that this is just from paid channels, okay? So our overall store-wide ROAS is a lot higher than that. And that's because we heavily focus on driving content outside of paid channels, okay? So we work with a lot of influencers, and I think that another risky thing going into 2025 for some people, and again, some of you watching may relate to this, is your business is tied to Meta and Meta only. Now guys, that is the quickest way to mess up your business, right? Because when Meta has down days and you see everyone on Twitter saying, hey, your sales down today, is there a bug on Meta? You don't want to have a business that relies on one platform, okay? So it's really important that you diversify your traffic, okay? Think about, how can I grow the brand through PR? What about micro influencers, all right? What about TikTok ads? What's my organic strategy, okay? If you're struggling in those areas and the business can afford it, then appoint someone within the business to take over that stuff if you're not good at it. Okay, get a content creator in-house to pump out content. E-com is a content business. That's what we're building. It's a content machine. The content is meant to educate, okay, and entertain. It's not just meant to sell. That's the biggest mistake as well people are making. They're so worried about how can I sell through my content. It's not just about selling. People are resistant to selling, okay? Educate, entertain, push out content, show behind the scenes, show people what's going on, be real as a brand, be raw, be honest, okay? Take people on the journey, all right? It's so important, and get that content out there. And then what happens is, indirectly, it sells your product for you, okay? And what we found is that the more that we do this, then the better our ROAS is on platform, okay? So remember, everything works together, guys, okay? So double down, think outside the box, and don't worry just about ads. Expand your horizon. Something else, guys, that's really helped us is building a team, okay? And I think this is something that a lot of people maybe misunderstand, or they don't put enough emphasis in. And this was another big lesson that we carried through with us from Alya Skin, is that we didn't focus enough on our team, okay? That cliche saying of there's no I in team, it really does apply. By yourself as an entrepreneur, you're going to struggle against a team of killers, right? So it is in your best interest, when the business can afford it, to reinvest profits back into people. The goal is to hire people that are better than you at what you do. Can't stress this enough. So ever since we started onboarding team members with our new brand, Sasha Therese, the business has exploded, right? And the culture that we're developing in the office has been amazing. And the guys that work with us, they love the brand. Some of them are messaging me at midnight saying, oh my God, have you seen the sales? We're flying, whatever, right? So it's important to train a team of killers, okay? Make them feel like they own the brand with you. Look after these people. Don't treat them like employees. Give them more than that. Give them the respect that they deserve, okay? So invest your time and effort into building up your team. When the business starts making money, don't strip the business of money. Put it back in. It'll pay dividends in the long run. All right, so that's enough for me today. And I'll see you guys on the next one.